Just a reminder, silence all cell phones. And with that, welcome Iowa State.
Riley, nice. Nice to meet you. Carla, nice to meet you.
Picture this. It is June 2020, and you walk into the grocery store fully masked to do your weekly shopping, only to discover that the shelves seem incredibly bare. The meat and produce sections seem particularly low, and you are getting concerned about what the future of food looks like. According to the International Food Information Council's 2020 Food and Health Survey, 85% of Americans have made at least some change in the food they eat or how they prepare it due to the coronavirus pandemic. The supply chain issues created by COVID-19 increased the already growing demand for local goods while keeping the importance of health in mind. Not only did COVID-19 change the way that we eat, but it also has had long-term effects on purchasing preferences picked up in the midst of the pandemic, such as online grocery shopping, pickup, and delivery services. Gate to Plate is a new company from Williamsburg, Iowa, working to meet consumer demands for locally grown foods through the convenience of a mobile app and website. Producers are able to list their available products on the platform. Consumers may then view and purchase the items from multiple producers while checking out on just one receipt. Gate to Plate will then procure the items from the respective producers, package, and deliver the order directly to the consumer's door or to a local pickup point. Particularly among millennials, there has been an obvious increase in the interest in sales of local food products. Through a primary research survey of consumers, it was found that roughly 86% are willing to pay more for locally sourced foods. Local foods are important to many, but so is convenience. Online grocery shopping, pickup, and delivery have become a normal practice for many. Online grocery sales made up nearly $8.5 billion in 2021 and are expected to exceed 15% of all grocery sales in 2022, growing 5% in just 1 year. A survey of primary research from producers found that time and labor are consistently the two biggest constraints faced by local farmers in marketing their products. Gate to Plate will initially start in Iowa, a state home to some of the fastest growing cities for millennials in the US. Iowa's current population is 3.2 million people, living in just over 1.2 million households. According to the USDA, 11% of all food produced in the state is currently sold directly to the consumer through 2,600 farms. Gate to Plate will strategically target 11 counties in eastern and central Iowa. This region contains 7 of the top 10 most populated cities in the state, such as the Des Moines Metro, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Ankeny, and Ames. There are 588 current producers with direct-to-consumer sales in this region, and there are about 788,000 individuals aged 19 to 65 living in the area. Gate to Plate will be most heavily marketed to affluent millennials and Generation X. In year 1, Gate to Plate hopes to partner with 25 producers in the 4 easternmost counties, gaining just over 1,000 consumer subscriptions. In year 2, Gate to Plate will target 3 additional counties, growing to 51 producers and 1,476 consumer subscriptions. In year 3, all 11 counties will be targeted. Producers will grow to 118, and consumer subscriptions will double to over 3,000. The customers, competitors, and SWOT analysis will now be reviewed by Chloe.
Gate to Plate will have 2 customer segments: partnering producers and consumer subscribers. Nebulum, an indoor vertical vegetable farm located in Ames, Iowa, currently grows vegetables for consumers in the Ames and Des Moines area. They currently deliver these products to each doorstep every single week. However, Nebulum is looking to expand their resources to the Iowa City and Cedar Rapids area. Unfortunately, due to time, labor, and resource constraints, Nebulum is unable to do so. The consumer subscribers can be further segmented by 3 factors: age, stage of life, and their needs. Shane and Sarah are spunky millennials. They are currently 30 years old and are married. They do not have any children and live an active lifestyle with their 3 dogs. Shane and Sarah love to incorporate fresh food into their everyday meals. They are also willing to pay a premium for these products. Gate to Plate will offer and it allows Shane and Sarah to use these great opportunities for fresh vegetables and incorporate them into their everyday dishes. Beth, 45, a busy mom that lives in West Des Moines, is married to Brad and has 4 children. Both Beth and Brad work full-time jobs while maintaining their children's busy activities. Beth values having fresh produce for her family and their active lifestyle. By using Gate to Plate, Beth is able to maintain their healthy lifestyle as well as having a nice way to get food easily for her family. Gate to Plate is facing 2 direct-to-consumer competitors, which are farmers markets and CSA boxes. Producers currently spend $500 a year to get a farmer's market stand, and consumers spend around $120 a year on a CSA box program. Both CSA boxes and farmers markets will contain local produce, but they only contain local produce, but they are only typically available for pickup and allow minimal delivery options. Another 2 competitors that Gate to Plate is facing is chain and specialty grocery stores. Chain grocery stores like Walmart and Hy-Vee charge a subscription of $13 a month to consumers for delivery options. Additionally, they charge producers a slotting fee for them to be able to sell their items in these stores. The last type of competitors that Gate to Plate is facing is app and web-based services, like Grown By and delivery apps. Grown By keeps 5% of producers' profits, and most delivery apps charge $40 a month to consumers to be able to use their app. Compared to these, Gate to Plate charges a $35 subscription fee to consumers and a $250 to $750 annual fee to producers. Gate to Plate is the only option that provides a convenient way for people to earn their groceries, as well as getting it from multiple producers. Now, let's look at Gate to Plate in the market. Gate to Plate has many strengths, including the relationships with their producers to provide consumers as many vegetables and products as they possibly can. But Gate to Plate also faces some weaknesses. When they charge producers and consumers a price for their products and service, seasonality of products, as well as the delivery in each region. However, there are many opportunities for Gate to Plate to succeed. Those include the growing demand for locally grown products, as well as online and delivery options. The threats that are facing Gate to Plate include pests and weather, and people who are wanting to go back to traditional shopping habits. We'll now learn more about the business from Hope.
Gate to Plate connects Iowa producers with consumers seeking local products and the convenience of online shopping and delivery or pickup. To build a market plan for Gate to Plate, the following assumptions were identified. First, online sales will continue to increase due to consumer concerns about COVID-19 and their growing preference for convenience when ordering and obtaining groceries. Next, consumers will continue to demand local and fresh food products as interest in sustainable and healthy lifestyles grow. As demand grows and consumer preferences change, local producers will be interested in expanding their market through online sales. To combat seasonal consumer subscriptions, Gate to Plate will work with various producers to maintain a diverse set of products available through the platform. Lastly, producers in our target market will continue to adopt new technologies to stay competitive. To determine market success, Gate to Plate has established the following 3 goals. First, Gate to Plate will obtain 1% and 20% market shares of consumers and producers, respectively, utilizing the platform. Second, Gate to Plate aims to reach $1 million in gross margin through consumer and producer subscriptions, as well as consumers' grocery sales. And lastly, Gate to Plate will maintain 95% customer satisfaction, which will be vital for business success. Olivia will now begin reviewing the action plan.
Gate to Plate will be one of the first to bring consumers local farm produce with just a few clicks. Gate to Plate shopping will be done via the app and website, available through the App Store and Google Play. Products will be delivered to consumers in recyclable containers to their homes or in refrigerated trucks to communal pickup points. Gate to Plate shopping will use a subscription model to charge both the producer and the consumer that utilize the platform and service. For producers, a tiered annual subscription fee will be charged based on the number of products listed for sale. The seedling subscription level is 1 to 5 products listed for $250 per year. The budding level is 6 to 10 products for $500, and our largest subscription is the harvesting level, which is 11 or more products listed for $750 per year. To purchase from Gate to Plate, consumers can pay a monthly fee of $35, which covers free delivery and pickup. Gate to Plate will work with producers to sell to consumers in our targeted 11-county region in eastern and central Iowa. Not only do our targeted counties contain 7 of the 10 most populated cities in the state, but also major highways and interstates like I-80, I-35, Highway 30, and Highway 218, making getting products from farm gate to dinner plate quick and easy. Gate to Plate will also use a variety of marketing tactics to engage both sets of customers. These tactics include consumer education and retention, fostering those relationships between producer and consumer, and customer satisfaction. With this in mind, a strong sales team will be needed to foster these relationships and build customer satisfaction. First, Gate to Plate will hire a producer success specialist to build producer relationships, as well as connect during weekly product pickups. An additional specialist will be hired by year 2 and will grow to 4 by year 3 as our number of onboarding producers continues to expand. Next to join our team will be our customer success specialists. These people will serve as the face of Gate to Plate. Not only are they tasked with all customer sales steps, but also onboarding a product placement, packaging, and delivery. 2 specialists will be hired in year 1 and will grow by 2 more by year 3. These 2 positions will utilize our customer relationship management system to track all information on prospects, as well as current producer and consumer customers. Additional notes on customer satisfaction will be made and tracked within that CRM system. Lastly, our marketing manager will task all marketing efforts within Gate to Plate. Carla will now review the proposed marketing tactics for growing awareness, sales, and satisfaction.
To build brand awareness and sales, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube posts will showcase partnering producers, their products, and consumer testimonials. Additionally, targeted advertisements will be placed. On a monthly basis, the producer success specialist, along with assistance from the marketing manager, will create engaging emails for producers with company news, updates, and best practices. Monthly emails will also be sent to current and prospective consumer subscribers with new product releases, producer highlights, and upcoming events to connect, engage, and learn. Consumers can learn more about local producers and their products through the Gate to Plate website. To manage accounts and place orders, both producers and consumers can easily log on the website or the app. As a way to gain sales, new producer consumers will receive 15% off the first month's subscription fee. Gate to Plate, along with invited producers, will have a presence at local food festivals to build awareness and a prospective list. Consumers will be encouraged to engage with the producer while educating them on the platform and products available. To retain both producers and consumers and educate them on the platform and products available, Gate to Plate, along with a local chef, will host cooking classes featuring a local chef. Select consumer subscribers will learn how to incorporate local ingredients into a meal. These classes will be recorded for featuring on the monthly emails, the websites, along with a recipe for the meal. Supporting local communities is equally as important to our consumers as is buying local. Therefore, Gate to Plate created the #LocalLiving project. This initiative donates 10% of sales during the month of September to area schools for purchase of fresh products in their lunch programs. To educate the next generation about agriculture and food production, Gate to Plate staff, along with invited producers, will visit area schools to teach students about food production in their communities in celebration of Iowa Local Food Day during October. Following the interactive presentation, students will receive fresh products to enjoy with their families. Annually, a Farm Gate to Dinner Plate celebration will be held. This celebratory dinner with producers, consumers, their families, as well as the local media will feature a local chef who will prepare a meal with ingredients sourced exclusively through local products. The schools supported by the #LocalLiving project will be named. Brittany will now walk through the financials behind this plan.
Gate to Plate is dedicated to fill a market gap and expand direct-to-consumer sales. Producers using Gate to Plate will be charged an annual tiered subscription with roughly 25 subscriptions sold across all 3 tiers in year 1, growing to 118 subscriptions by year 3. Consumer subscriptions will be sold at a consistent fee of $35 per month, allowing customers access to both the website and app while covering all delivery expenses. With goals of 1% market share among consumers and 20% market share among producers by year 3, total subscription sales will reach almost $1.4 million. Gate to Plate aims to receive roughly 25% of the targeted consumer's monthly grocery bill through the platform, generating over $3.4 million in consumer grocery sales. Combined, these sales generate nearly $4.8 million in gross sales. For each item sold, the producer receives 95% of the sale price back, equating to nearly $3.2 million. This amount, combined with allocated credits, returns, and operating expenses, gives Gate to Plate a gross margin of $472,000 in year 1, increasing to over $1.4 million by the end of year 3. As Gate to Plate begins to target more counties, marketing expenses will rise as well, with the most noticeable change being seen between years 2 and 3, with the addition of the Ames, Ankeny, and Des Moines metro areas. Marketing expenses are anticipated to exceed $480,000 in year 1, and by year 3, increase to over $860,000. Let's look into these expenses a little more. Over 75% of the total marketing budget by year 3 goes directly towards employing the sales and support team. However, these individuals are critical for generating sales and maintaining both consumer and producer satisfaction. To grow the customer base, 5% of sales will be spent on digital and in-person promotional efforts. The largest expense will be seen in year 1 as the app and website development are finalized. Roughly 3.5% of expenses will be allocated to consumer education and connecting customers through cooking classes and the Farm Gate to Dinner Plate celebration. As a company committed to supporting all things local, an additional 3.5% will be allocated to the #LocalLiving project and Iowa Local Food Day, 2 initiatives geared directly at supporting the communities that Gate to Plate operates in. Lastly, substantial investments will be made to the monitoring and measuring of goals and objectives. Launching Gate to Plate will cause a negative net profit in year 1. However, as subscription sales and consumer grocery sales rise over the years, we will have a positive net profit of $578,000. This gives Gate to Plate a profit margin of 12% and making it more than sustainable for future growth. Hope will now discuss the monitoring and measuring of this marketing plan.
By tracking and evaluating each goal established for Gate to Plate, business and market strategy adjustments can be made to improve market share, sales, and customer satisfaction for optimal success. Our first goal is to obtain 1% market share of consumers and 20% market share of producers with direct-to-consumer sales in targeted counties by year 3. Each quarterly sales reports will be evaluated with specific analysis in monthly consumer subscriptions, a big contributor to profit. If exceeded, Gate to Plate will invest additional revenue back into the business to maintain quality service, along with considering other investments. On the other hand, if not exceeded, an analysis of weaknesses in the market will be done and adjustments made. Our second goal is to reach $1 million in gross margin by the end of year 3. Each month, sales and expense reports will be evaluated for areas of improvement. If exceeded, Gate to Plate sales team will maintain current relationships and sales, while considering early expansion. However, if not exceeded, a reevaluation of expenses, pricing structure, target market, and distribution strategy will be done. Lastly, Gate to Plate aims to reach 95% customer satisfaction amongst all consumers and producers. If exceeded, Gate to Plate will develop consumer and producer testimonials alongside of If exceeded, Gate to Plate will develop consumer and producer testimonials, and if not exceeded, Gate to Plate will identify areas of discontent and continue to improve customer and producer experiences. With increased demand of local food products and the development of modern grocery services such as delivery and pickup, Gate to Plate is positioned to help producers expand their market without needing additional time, labor, and resources, while today's consumers can get the groceries they prefer. Thank you, judges. We are now ready for questions.
How will you determine, or how will you recruit producers so that you have enough of variety and the right kind of products to even make a good offering?
So we have some ways listed to recruit producers, such as our local festivals that we will be attending. We're hoping that by attending farmers markets and other events such as that, we can tell producers about our opportunities we have for them through our website and our app, and show them that they can be successful by selling through us versus their traditional routes of selling their products.
To add on to that a little bit, it is important to notice that a lot of our products are seasonal, and that will continue that diversity of products and producers within our company.
So speaking of the seasonality of the products and the nature of keeping them fresh, what's the lead time on an order? Is it once a week? What is the benefit of the farmer if they put items up for sale? If they don't sell out, like, there's a risk for them that they could sell them someplace else. Like, how are you planning to manage that?
We are really hoping to just be another platform for these farmers and producers. So if they are not selling through us, we would hope that they have other ways of maybe distributing their product. We are not necessarily the only distributor, but we do hope to be the main one. With our added consumers that we're going to bring in each year, we think that we could have adequate target market area to have enough sales to support these producers. And with our diverse products, such as meat, produce, vegetables, we think that the diversity and the competition in the market will really drive consumers to buy these products and not leave producers stranded with them at the end of the week. And we will be doing pickups as the orders come in, so we are not necessarily doing weekly pickups, but we are doing them as the orders come in, utilizing our customer and producer specialists.
Back again. Is there any limit with that $35, I think it was, monthly subscription to how many orders you can place?
No, we do not currently have a limit to that.
Do we have target information that tells us what the real portfolio, the preferred portfolio mix is of different vegetables, fruits, dairy items, et cetera? And we know, is that how we have determined who our targeted producers are, is by using data that tells us what we need to target, or how do we go about figuring that mix out?
I can take this one again. So we found that there are 588 producers in our current target region. This includes all of those products we have listed, so honey, dairy products, meat products, vegetables, and fruit. They may have greenhouses, so they might be more year-round. They also might be smaller producers who might just utilize their outdoor garden, so that would bring a lot more seasonality to the mix. So we have a wide variety of different producers that we have found through various websites, extension, things like that, posted to utilize in the state of Iowa.
Did you look at a competitive set that was kind of complementary to this as well? And those are the prepped meal cases that are delivered as well. How does that look here competitively, either in cost or adoption? Do you understand the question? I mean, as far as the
Could you
meal
repeat that one
kits?
more time? Sorry.
Did you look at another competitive set here, which are the at-home meal kits that are delivered as well, both from an economic and from a adoption?
Yeah, yes, I can answer that question. Yeah, so we looked at a lot of those to be able to set our price for the subscription for consumers. So we looked at HelloFresh and then also DoorDash to compare those prices to see what they were priced at so we could be able to set ours. We also did some primary research and asked people in their 40s around there. Usually the primary grocery shoppers, that's who we asked and targeted our questions to. They said they would be willing to pay a $35 premium amount when using this item.
And I can add to that. Along with the customers that we were able to ask in our region, we also were able to see that we are one of the only options that provides local produce, and we will do the pickup from the producers to limit their extent of resources and labor, along with delivering it directly to the consumer. So we're one of the only options on the market right now like that.
How many farmers markets are you competing with in especially your core geography for that first year?
We don't know the exact number. We know a lot of towns have smaller farmers markets, but just being able to reach out to them saying, hey, this is our app and we're able to help guide you when making money, if that's what the producer wants to do, and reaching out to the consumers and telling them, hey, we have this option for you. You don't even have to leave your house and go to farmers markets to purchase your items that you're looking for.
I also would say there's about 5 major farmers markets in each of the major cities that we named. So as we add into those major cities geographically, we will take on the competition of those larger farmers markets.
So what do you do, when you did your primary research, what was the biggest benefit? Was it the convenience? Was it the variety? Because there's something fun about going to a farmer's market and snooping around and the experience of that, but there's also my box showed up, great, you know? So what did you find out in terms of what's really driving the need? What's the unmet need with this?
Yeah, so I would say that convenience as well as the uniqueness of our product is really driving the market. There are many people who have dietary restrictions, so with Gate to Plate, you can really customize what you get delivered to your front door. So that is something very unique about our product that many other delivery options do not have, such as the meal kits. So,
Also to add to that, I think another aspect is what we do for the local communities to really inspire people to want to work with Gate to Plate. You know, raising money for the local living project, raising money to give back to schools and local communities is another big driver for people to wanting to use our app and website.
So one of your planning assumptions had to deal with COVID-19 concerns and everything around that, which drives the need for that delivery. Yet a lot of your promotional things are festivals and cooking classes and sit-down close together type things. Any concerns about people that want this because of COVID-19, but we're promoting it to them by pulling them all together?
So we really used COVID-19 to see how it shaped the market that we are currently in today. We are not necessarily basing it on the future projections of COVID-19. So we're looking to the future, hoping we don't have to worry about those restrictions, but just seeing how COVID-19 has shaped people's view on delivery, and when they realize how convenient these things are, they want to keep using them. As I mentioned earlier, grocery sales are expected to be still 15% online in 2022, despite kind of moving out of the pandemic, hopefully. So looking at these trends, we're hoping we can utilize these in-person events, but still base our market off of the online shopping.
To add on to that a little bit, just a tad, we also will be recording the cooking classes and posting them on the website and utilizing social media like that to those who don't feel comfortable to attend the in-person events that we will be holding as a company.
I noticed the website and app costs of like $75 and then $15 for, I'm assuming, maintenance updates. Do we think that's sufficient given if we really are using sites and apps, that has to be an ongoing maintenance, an ongoing, build and tech support and things like that, right? You don't want unhappy customers or producers. So have we looked into those costs correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I can't say if I did it correctly, but I tried my best.
Yeah.
I thought that was suitable based on the research that I did, being in charge of the financials. We looked at a lot of different complaints that people had on websites in the past also to help build ideas of building our website, so hopefully to limit costs in the future as well.
So you're not just picking up products at producers and then delivering them immediately. You're bringing them into a central warehouse of some kind, reorganizing them, and then sending them back out with a delivery system that's more efficient, I hope. So talk to us a little bit about how that's supposed to work and how you'll manage the labor costs and any leftover products at the end of the day, right? Because they're not all spoken for.
I can touch on that a little bit. So how the process works a little more is once the consumer orders a grocery bill, we will put the bill out there for producers to fill. So if we have a consumer who wants 30 apples to bake a bunch of pies next week, we will have that and then look for the producers that are producing apples at that current time, go pick them up there, bring them back, and then combine them with any other orders that they had on their groceries on that one receipt, repackage them, and then, like as you said, a more convenient delivery factor, more streamlined delivery out.
And just to clarify a little bit, we won't be randomly selecting the producers. Each consumer has the option to select which producer they want. So if they know someone in their area, they would be able to choose that producer, or if they just know someone with really good products, they could choose that. That way they get the product that they really desire.